Yeah, soldiers, it's about anime series content video, and this is a bit of a, I guess, a different, type of video. It's called Why Do I Love Naruto? Well, I guess the title does speak for itself, so let's get into this. Before I do, follow me on Twitter at AnimeStage4, Instagram is anime_stage4, and of course, join my Discord server, which is linked in the description down below. Also, I would suggest follow me on Twitch and stuff like that, because I do stream over there, as well as if you love my content a lot and stuff like that, I would suggest that you donate to my Patreon, which I'll also link in the description. And that's about it. And my $50 patron Anguish will probably be able to see this a bit earlier, because again, he's a $50 patron. So yeah, let's just get this show on the road. Alright, so when do I love Naruto? Well, picture a, let's say, 7 to 8 year old me, I guess, for a bit, and I'm busy browsing the channels late at night, or probably around 8 to 9 o'clock p.m. And it was probably past my bedtime at that point. And lo and behold, I'm trying to look for something to watch on, television up in my mom's room. And what do I see? It's a show called Naruto on Cartoon Network. And this was probably around the time where the Chunin Exams arc was beginning. In fact, I believe that was the Orochimaru fight, with Naruto, Sasuke, and stuff like that. So it was something that was pretty interesting to, I guess, see at the time for a 7 to 8 year old me. And I actually kind of fell in love with the show. It was a bit of a unique experience for me at the time, because at the time I was watching a lot of Power Rangers stuff, Pokemon, and all this other type of stuff. I believe also Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, but I don't know if that came before or after. But it was just a bit of a unique experience for me, because I had not really seen stuff like that on the Cartoon Network, because I had watched that before, stuff on the Cartoon Network, but I just hadn't seen something like that in my life. It looked pretty cool. This was probably around the time I really started getting into a full-blown anime journey, but that wouldn't come around a decade later, and I'll explain why a little bit later. But to keep going, I fell in love with the series, and I actually, when I was around a year later, I got the Naruto Ninja Council free game, which is probably one of my favorite games of all time on the DS. There's a bunch of games I like on there as well, such as Pokemon games, so like Platinum, Black and White 2, and stuff like that, or the Mega Man Star Force series. But I love Ninja Council games because they were fun combat style games, and they're pretty interesting, I guess. And I have actually completed the entire game. I could probably one day do a playthrough of the old Ninja Council free game from the DS, which if you guys want that to do that, but I'll probably on stream. So yeah, but it kind of was where I started really falling in love with Naruto as a kid. And then a little bit later on, I would get a couple of other Naruto games as well, such as Naruto vs. Sasuke, and there's also this one Naruto fighting game as well that I can't really name off the top of my head, but it was another game that I played. You could literally select Curse Mark to Sasuke on the fighting screen, not Sasuke transforming into Curse Mark 2 state, but it was kind of him as Curse Mark 2. And you could also do the same with Naruto in his one tail form, so you kind of had a bit of, I guess, weird options, because again, you couldn't transform into those forms, you just selected them on screen. But it was a pretty fun experience, though I don't think I've completed that game because I haven't unlocked all the fighters, so that's kind of annoying. And once again, these are all on the DS. I couldn't really get into something like the Storm series as a kid, because I never really had a 360 until later in life, so it was kind of just how it was. But I did get into I kind of got into Naruto via the DS games at the time, which again were really fun. I think we can all admit, if you were around there, those are pretty fun games. It was also around the time I started getting to also Dragon Ball around my middle school years, and I kind of bought a couple of the games there as well, but that's for a bit of a different time. It was also, but I started having a bit of an interest in stuff like anime and stuff like that, but I don't think that interest would be fully realized around the time I started, high school, and I started getting into Naruto again and started watching it fully into its entirety, because again, I kind of caught it on during the Chunin Exams arc. And again, since I was a kid, a 7 to 8 year old kid around the era of cable television era, before streaming was a thing, or wasn't necessarily nearly as big as it is today, not even close. It kind of was just like one of those times where, okay, I can finally experience the series in its entirety, and that's just kind of how it was for me back in high school. So again, I'm probably more so into the, I guess, newer weeb status a bit, even though I've been into anime type stuff since I was a kid. But it was just kind of like I wasn't getting fully into it because I wasn't really aware of it at the time, or necessarily had like technology funds and stuff like that, because I wasn't necessarily, you know, that rich at the time, nor were my parents or grandparents. So yeah, not fun, but it's whatever. But that's kind of how that love kind of started, and I would kind of form my YouTube channel around Naruto, just because even as I started getting into the series, I also read like fanfics, and some other stuff as well. I kind of like got to see some Naruto YouTubers like Clyde and Swag Kage, and it was just a fun experience for me to like love such a series like this. You know, Naruto as a concept is pretty interesting. You got like ninjas, which, you know, I love it. I love ninjas. I always love ninja, because when I was a kid, as I mentioned, I loved Power Rangers, and one of the Power Ranger series I got into was Power Rangers Ninja Storm, which had, you know, some episodes shown on Jetix. So in a bit of a roundabout way, because of me watching a bit of Ninja Storm as a kid, I got into Naruto. And it was something that I really love to this day, because as a kid, again, I loved ninjas as a kid. I love the fight and stuff like that. But even today, I can like appreciate Naruto for how good of quality writing was, especially in part 1. I can appreciate the villains more. I can appreciate a lot of stuff about the series more than I could as a kid. And I love, at the end of the day, it's just something I still gravitate to today, to the point where I make a bit of a living making, I guess, what if scenarios or videos about Naruto, and of also My Academia. And it was probably around, and again, if I hadn't watched something like Naruto as a kid, I don't know if I would be here today, you know what I'm saying? Because again, my first anime experience were with Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, and if I'm looking back, Pokemon isn't necessarily the greatest series to get into, unless maybe you're watching some subs Pokemon. And Yu-Gi-Oh dub, yeah, no. But of course sub Yu-Gi-Oh is better, but I might make a video talking about why sub Yu-Gi-Oh is just superior. But with Naruto, even if I look back at the dub, I think the dub said, you know, has a decent quality to it. In fact, it's a lot better than a lot of other dubs that are produced in eras like, let's say, DBZ. I prefer Kai to DBZ, but I guess that's just me. But I feel like, but I guess to answer that question real quick, the voice acting's a bit too stilted for me in DBZ. But at the end of the day, I really just love Naruto at the end of the day. And again, it's one of my foundations of my channel, and it's what has gotten me into anime and manga even today. And I appreciate Naruto a lot, and I will never, ever tolerate any disrespect towards Naruto, which I'll probably get into a little bit into another video in terms of discussion video, because I do see a lot of Naruto slander on Twitter, and I think you guys will understand when I make a video about it, or maybe in a podcast episode, because I will be talking about some Naruto slander on the Renegade Ram podcast in a couple days live on stream. So I guess check that out when the day comes. And I guess that's about it for this video. This is again more of a shorter video, not necessarily something that I would say is the most high quality content, but I think it's a good, you know, bit of content for me to, like, you know, get level with you guys a little bit, talk about stuff from my life, and, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I love these, like, anime discussion videos a lot, because it allows me to discuss certain things about maybe my life a little bit, on how I got into anime like Naruto, or some stuff that's on my mind. And I like how I've added these to my schedule and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just probably about it though. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed, again, subscribe if you're new and stuff like that. And I will produce some more discussion videos like once or twice a week, just like this, along with my what if videos, such as, and what's coming up could be either what if Naruto had nuclear release, or what if Deku with Spider-Man's powers, because I do also do My Academia. And I can also expand into other areas such as Jujutsu Kaisen and some very nice anime like Bleach and One Piece. You know, some great stuff, you know. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage. Sign out. Peace. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, AnimeSage4, Instagram, _Stage4, and join my Discord server. Support me on Patreon. Shout out to my $10 patrons. They are on screen, as well as my $50 patron Anguish, who's watching this video right about now. And again, follow me on Twitch, as I do stream over there, and there's some lit streams over there. So yeah, go follow me on Twitch. And also, one more thing before I close out. Again, we just hit 23K subscribers, so thank you all for that. Let's get to 24K, and we'll be very close to hitting a quarter of the way to 100K subscribers. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. So yeah, that's about it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share the video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, sign out. Peace. Yorha, Sony Shea, close us out. Bye-bye. Peace.
Hi, this is Stephanie Shea, voice actress for Sailor Moon, Hinata, Orihime, and you are watching Anime Sage.